Now, I'm talking to Spencer Melman, Managing Director of notgoingtouni.co.uk. Afternoon, Spencer.
Hello, Jenny.
Hi, what kind of service do you provide?
Well, I'd like to think that we're a shop window, really, for school and college leavers that want to explore all the opportunities outside of that very traditional university route. So we look at everything from apprenticeships and foundation degrees to employer-funded degrees to considering to take a gap year. We just want students to stop and really look around and make an informed decision before they plough into perhaps uni, which might incur a lot of debt and may not get them to their end goal.
Why did you start it?
Well, it was actually a young chap approached me who he'd got accepted to go and study law at Bournemouth. He actually decided that it probably wasn't quite right for him for a number of reasons, and he looked around to try and find something that brought together all those options. And it wasn't out there, and he came to me with the idea, and we sat down, we put it together, and we're nearly 2 years old now, and we get approximately 50,000 students a month come through the website looking for advice and guidance.
Really? And what kind of advice are yours? I mean, this is classic, because I've still got loads of emails. We've just been talking about technology. Without technology, you couldn't exist, could you, Spencer?
No, absolutely. It would be very, very difficult to reach this age group in their various schools and communicate our message. You know, with the advent of Facebook and Twitter and our website, we're able to disseminate a lot of information to these young people, and it's proven an absolute winner.
Well, so I did ask a question, then I interrupted my own self. So, Spencer, tell me, what kind of advice are our people wanting?
Well, it's really, it cuts across a whole range. A lot of people feel pressured into uni, so they really want to know what the viable alternatives are. And they know that a couple of 100,000 of them aren't going to be accepted this year. So they're exploring apprenticeships. They're exploring maybe taking a gap year and coming back in a year and seeing and assessing the marketplace. They're wondering if they can do a degree in some other way. And there's really good sort of distance learning providers, people like the Open University and the RDI, who exist to help you get a degree online. And it's a lot more cost effective. And actually, if you earn under £16,000 a year, you can get a degree for free with the OU. And so there's great opportunities out there.
Does it concern you that there's going to be thousands and thousands of would-be students that are going to be turned away from unis? Does that worry you?
Well, it does. It's going to worry anybody that they've set their sights on uni and they're going to come away slightly disappointed or very disappointed. I suppose my message to them is not to panic. It's certainly not the end of the world. There are some great opportunities out there, and there's some really good case studies on not going to uni that really
Tell me.
Well, we've got young people going through a range of different careers, and you can see young people at Tesco's and going through courses to become mechanics, and they're describing what it's like on a day-to-day basis and how far it's just got them. And a good example, I just had a phone call from an organisation called ILEX, who help people become solicitors, but not through a university route. It's quite a vocational route. And they've just had their first judge appointed. So there's now a judge in the UK that didn't even go to university. So I think there is a sea change out there, and I'm hoping that we're going to help, these students understand all these options.
Well, do you have feedback from your students, kids who've come to you who feel absolutely blocked and stuck, and then they get back to you? Can you?
Oh, they do. We get quite a lot of emails saying, look, I'm being pressured into uni, or I'm not allowed to go, I'm not able to go, but I've come to your website, I've now applied for an apprenticeship, or I've been accepted on a slightly unusual degree program, and they're coming back to us with some really positive emails saying, it's possibly the best thing I've done, it's vocational, I'm getting a feel for the marketplace, it looks like there's going to be a job at the end of it, and actually I haven't incurred £25,000 worth of debt in the process.
If people want to come to your website, notgoingtouni.co.uk, my second last plug, I hate the fact that we say uni actually. Why can't it be not going to university.co.uk? But anyway, do people have to pay, Spencer, if they want to come to your website?
Oh, no, it's absolutely free. We really are here to help them. and we've got a range of good employers and training providers promoting their courses and opportunities through the site. Some real big household names, the Tesco's and the Logicas and the PwC's, right down to some fairly unusual things like the British Horse Racing Authority that are looking for apprentice jockeys and farriers. There's a real range of opportunities, and it will help people really think about where they want to be.
Well, how did you do your route? Did you do the university thing? What was it?
No, I didn't. I sort of left school after 1 year of A-levels rather dismally. The head teacher felt that university probably wasn't my route, and I should get out there into the world of business. And I've never regretted it. You know, it's always been very hands-on, very creative. And a good example would be, we've just had actually Peter Jones from Dragon's Den agree to be a patron on our website. And Peter's recently launched something called the NEA, the National Enterprise Academy, where they promote entrepreneurship and enterprise. And I know that they've still got a few places available on a number of their courses to help teach young people how to be business people. So there's an opportunity to be entrepreneurial even at that very young age.
Now, as we're speaking, it occurs to me that there's going to be thousands of people listening to you speaking. For the young ones who are dashed by what's happened, either because they've done very well and they can't get to university, or they haven't done very well, just again put their minds at rest.
I would just tell them not to panic. It really isn't an absolute disaster. There are so many great opportunities out there with great employers, and many of them will put you through their own type of degree program. There's a job at the end of it. There isn't the debt that's going to be incurred. There is a bit of a myth that going to university is somehow this golden ticket to a super career. I'm approached by numerous graduates approaching me for a job at not going to uni. And I've got my own stepdaughter with a law degree who couldn't get into the law profession. So you really have to stop and think, because I think the world is moving at such a pace, you can't rely on some of the advice and guidance that previous generations were given.
Spencer, you are really wonderful talking to us today.
That's very kind of you.
I think you've helped so many people. Thank you very much. Invaluable stuff there. That's Managing Director of I'm going to put that on our website because it will help so many. Notgoingtouni.co.uk. Now, here's what listening to Spencer, often when we do subjects, we don't know the questions we're going to ask.